Hey mama, time for your mini reset of the week. And this week I thought we'd talk about push-ups. Now Mama Reset, we recommend a lot of our mamas do push-ups on an incline, so we're not always working flat on the floor. You might be using a stair, a tabletop, a bench, and what that can help to do is decrease the load on the core and pelvic floor, which makes it safer for those who are dealing with birth injuries or just core and pelvic floor symptoms. And it also reduces the load on the upper body. As females, we don't have as much upper body mass, and so by coming up to a bit of an incline, we take some of that weight down into the feet, and then we can use better form in our push-ups instead of doing kind of crappy push-ups on the floor and causing strain and not really getting the muscles we intend to. However, if you are working on push-ups on the floor, you're starting probably from the knees. So what do you do when the push-ups from the knees get too easy, but you can't quite execute them from the toes? Here is my favorite. It's a half toe, half knee, what we call hand release push-up, and I'm going to show it to you right now. And this is one of my favorite ways to help a mama progress from a knee push-up to a full push-up on the toes. Now it's important to say that you don't have to do this exclusively from the toes. You can also use this to just work on your knee push-up form, and that you might find you can do some from the toes and some from the knees, and that's okay too. There's no keeping score here. So the way you want to do this kind of half toe, half knee, hand release push-up is to start in the hardest position on hands and toes. So you're going to set yourself up really well aligned in that push-up position, tall under the armpits. I'll just come back here. Tall under the armpits with your weight over the upper body. Really trusting my upper body here, okay? And then from there, I'm just going to slowly lower, and I'm actually going to exhale as I bend, almost like chaturanga in yoga. I'm going to bend and slowly lower all the way to the floor. Then I'll put the knees down, just pop the hands up, plant the hands down to close that kinetic chain, and I'll exhale to press up from the knees. Come back up to the toes and do just the lowering phase. From the toes, pop the hands up, exhale, press up from the knees. So what it does is turns the knee push-up a little bit harder, so you have to work beyond what's your comfort zone in a knee push-up normally, and introduces us a whole other thing of doing the work from the toes through the core and the upper body, but starting with just the lowering or the eccentric phase. So we're building up strength and control in that lowering phase from the toes, and then following through with a really powerful and well-executed push-up from the knees. So you could do, say, a set of 10 of those, or maybe work in sets of 4 or 5 if they're very challenging to start. And you could do the same thing if you're just working up to a knee push-up. Maybe you've been working on the staircase or a tabletop and you want to try knee push-ups for the first time. You could do that from the knees as well. Just a slow lowering, release the hands, and then if you need to, kind of cheat your way up a little bit and come back to the top position to focus on the lowering phase primarily, working on that negative, that eccentric, that lowering phase until that gets really easy. And then you could try adding the pressing up phase too. All right, so let me know if you have questions. Try those half toe, half knee hand release push-ups, or all from the knees and just building up your strength for better push-up form altogether. Okay, mamas, enjoy. Push-ups.